Hey guys, welcome to the Martin Racing channel. In today's video, we're going to be comparing the Coppin Sting Tall Seat to the BBR Tall Seat. Now, you look at this and you can tell it looks a little bit different. That's just because we took the BBR Tall Seat cover off and ended up going with the Guts Racing seat cover from our sponsor. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to take a couple of measurements of how wide the seats are, and then I'll get how tall they are also. And then what we're going to do is I'll take the bike off the stand, and just so that we get a good comparison, I'm going to take this seat off and be putting it on this bike, and we'll see how the bike measures from the ground also. After I do that, I'm going to end up taking some laps around the track and just seeing how this seat feels compared to the BBR seat. At the top, we're at 4 inches across, 5 inches here, right about where you sit, about 5 3/4. All the way back to the back at about 5 1/2 inches. So at the tallest point of the Coppin Sting seat, we're at right at 4 inches. At the back, about 1 1/4 inches. And then right up here at the front, we're about 2 inches. So let's take a look at the BBR seat. So the BBR seat, we're at 4 inches. 4 1/2, about 5 3/4, 6 inches, and still 6 inches there, and about 5 3/4 at the back. At the back here, we're at about 1 1/4. At the tallest point, we're at 4 1/4. And then just like the other side, we're right at 2 inches also, just like the Coppin Sting seat. We're right at 28 inches. And then in the back, about 28 1/2. This bike has the TB forks, and it also has a 350-pound D&M rear shock. Alright, so now we're going to take the measurements from the ground to the top of the seat with the BBR seat on. So we're at 28 3/4, and then right here at the tallest point in the rear, still at 28 3/4. So it's almost 100% flat all the way across, and you can tell even at the front we're getting a little bit taller at 29 3/4 all the way to up here at right at 30 inches. Coppin Sting seat, when you're in a curve, you're a little bit lower to the ground, and it's just a smoother feel. It's kind of hard to explain, but when you're on the ground, you feel a little bit more stable compared to the BBR seat. The BBR seat feels great, but it's more of kind of a slope to the seat, whereas the Coppin Sting seat is more flat and wide. You can definitely tell the BBR seat is taller, but the Coppin Sting seat is plenty tall as well. So it all comes down to rider preference. If you want something that's gonna be just a little bit more aggressive or a little bit taller than your stock seat, the Coppin Sting is a great seat. It's a little bit wider, a little bit taller. The BBR seat, if you're wanting the tallest seat that you can get and a seat that has kind of like just a straight, flat surface all the way across, the BBR seat is gonna be the one for you. If you're wanting a seat that kind of mimics the CRF style stock seat, then the Coppin Sting would be the one that you would want to go with. As far as feel, the Coppin Sting seat is a little less aggressive compared to the BBR. The BBR kind of has a gripper seat feel to it. This has a grip to it, but it's a little bit smoother. The gut seat cover is super aggressive. You're not sliding around on this seat at all. So if you want something to keep you planted and stuck, go ahead and get you a guts gripper seat cover for your bike. So in conclusion to the video, both seats are great. The Coppin Sting seat, if you want one that's a little bit lower and a little bit wider, go ahead and take it. If you want the tallest seat that you can go with, BBR seat is for you. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. Make sure to like, comment. If you got any questions about any of the mods on the bikes or anything that you want to see in the future, make sure to let me know. I look forward to catching you on the next video. Peace.